which I was very kind of. I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful to him for that. I'm very grateful to him for that and everything that for me. I'm very, very grateful with all my heart and soul for all he's doing for me. I couldn't appreciate it. I couldn't appreciate it anymore. For all he's doing. And but I have a very good knowledge on horses, and you probably know I'd be looking at my log, my Irish National Stock log, and I'm also a horse whisperer too. If anyone doesn't understand what horse whispering is, it's a kind of form of listening to horses, kind of listening to them, I listen them to they're watching their body language, their behavioural their behavioural watching their behaviour. By watching their behaviour, you can tell by watching their behaviour what they're trying to tell you and stuff like that. And I was just kind of listening to them and stuff. Listening to them and just listening to them, and so I kind of talk to them through voice and body, and you can only do it just at the stud. Apparently, you can only do it at the stud. I'm very emotional because I do miss the stud so much. It's closed due to the coronavirus. I haven't been coping well at all since the stud closed. I've been taken away. I have to see my friends. It's not easy being taken away from your friends. It's sad to say goodbye to them. My friend Summer Spice, she's just come back to the stud, but I haven't got a chance to see her foal yet, and I hadn't seen it for 2 years, and I've seen her video on Twitter. She folded Invincible, or Lucid Pimpernel, and I hadn't seen her for 2 years. I was so looking forward to seeing her, and I was so excited when I saw her video. Summer Spice, I'm very fond of Summer Spice. I know her since back 2017. I was very excited when I saw that she was back. I can't even see her now. Sorry. I know you want to hear about my horses, but I was just talking about the stud. It just hit me. So it just hits me. I talk about the stud that I really. I can't bear being away from the place. It's all. It's just hard. I'm not coping at all. I'm just not coping. God knows how you can cope with it. I can't. I'm just not coping at all. I'm trying to put a brave face on and just pretend everything's alright. I'm fooling myself. I'm actually fooling myself and saying everything's okay and acting and laughing and giggling and underneath it all, I'm not okay at all. I'm pretending everything's alright and pretending everything's alright by laughing and giggling and joking, but underneath it all, I'm not okay at all. I'm trying to pretend everything's alright and just try to act normal and just try to see if I can, if it could help to take my mind off things, but it doesn't seem to do the trick. It doesn't seem to help at all. It doesn't seem to do anything. I just miss my friends. I just want to get back to the store. And I can't go anywhere until this viruses thing is sorted out. No one can go anywhere. I feel like I'm in prison to my own home. I feel like I'm in prison to my own home. All I do is these damn videos, home videos, and I should be doing these videos. I should be doing videos for the stud. I should be doing these videos. I should be doing videos for the Irish National Stud. I should be doing videos for at home. I should be doing videos for the Irish National Stud. I should be filming horses, not filming me dancing. I should be filming me talking to the horses and filming me the stud. I shouldn't be doing the stud thing. I should be in the stud, filming me talking to the horses and doing my usual horse whispering and just draw myself at the stud and just do my normal routine, my normal, my normal 3-day routine at the stud. Like I have been doing for over 3 years at the stud. I'm going there for 3 years now. I could have been going there over 3 years now. I could be going there a lot longer than 3 years. Sorry, didn't know about the place years ago. But I regret it now. I literally do regret not going there sooner, a lot sooner than 3 years. I do actually regret it. It's only because we went to the Kildare Village in 2017 that we discovered about the stud, and then I saw this big huge poster on the wall while Lynn was going to the bathroom. I saw the big huge poster advertising the Irish National Stud, this big diagram showing all the big huge map, but showing all the paddocks were, and the Champneys Gardens, and there's photographs of horses and as well. There was a logo of the Irish National Stud in Champneys Gardens, and we went in one of the shops and we asked one of the staff, one of the girls at the counter, do you know where the Irish National Stud said it was stud is, and she said, it's only about 5 minutes away from here. So Liam and I went down to see it, so I took a liking to it straight away, more or less. I actually liked it. I liked it more or less straight away. I actually fell in love with it. I actually fell in love with the place. I actually fell in love with the place instantly, and I said, okay, I like this place. Let's join the place. Let's join as a member. So we did, and we've been going there ever since. So the year's membership is €48 a year. It's not bad. €48 for a year's membership. And so if anyone's interested, €48 a year. €48 for a year's membership if anyone's interested in going to the stuff. So if you want to go, it's €48 a year for membership, year's membership. It's a great place to go to, and it's open for visitors because it's owned by the government. It's the only one that's open to visitors. It's the only one that's owned by the government, and it's open between February to November. Open through to February to November. Well, normally it is. This is the first time this sort of thing has ever happened. It's not normally closed at this time. It's never closed. It's not usually closed around this time. It's only because of the coronavirus that it's closed. It's usually open right through from February to November. It's never closed normally. It would normally be closed like this. It's just due to the coronavirus that it's closed. It would normally be closed during the middle of the season. It's just because of the coronavirus that it's closed. It wouldn't be normally closed like this. And during the middle of the season, it's just because of the coronavirus, due to safety for them, for the staff and the tourists as well. So, but you don't need to worry, no fear for the horses, because the horses wouldn't get affected. So the horses have no fear getting them catching the virus. It's only the humans. So that's the reason why they close it, because of the safety of the staff. The horses have no fear getting it. So but the business goes on as normal, as business goes on as usual. But when it comes to the breeding process, the breeder, the driver, they notify the stud, let them know when they're coming, what day and what date, and that's notified them by email, let them know when they're coming, and what stallion they're meeting up, what mare they're bringing, what stallion they're meeting up with, and let them know what time they're arriving, what estimate time they're arriving, and then the stud will meet up with them, and the driver and the breeder has to remain in their vehicles at all times, and the only people that have any access to the horse, the trailer, or the horse box, they say that in America. The only people that have any access to the horse in the horse box or the staff in the Irish National Stud. They're the only people that take the horse out of the horse box. It's the staff at the Irish National Stud. They take the horse out of the horse box. The mare. They take the mare out of the horse box and bring it into the sun shed, or the breeding shed as they call it in America. Sun shed. And bring it into the stallion that they're meeting up with. Let them do their meeting, and their meeting. And then they bring back out the mare, put her back into the horse box, and then the driver would bring her back to her farm. That's how they're doing the work now. It's still kind of as usual, but they're just doing it a different way while the coronavirus is going on. But it's business as usual, and the horses will mainly stay in their stables for the meantime, and but it's still business as usual. So far, there's been over 250 foals born at the stud. So there's been a few more foals being born since. I think the other day, last week, I think there's a few more foals born. And Lawrence, the racehorse, you may know Lawrence, or if anyone who follows racing, you may know Lawrence. She's a filly, but she's starting her retirement as a brood mare. She's just retiring now to stand as a brood mare. That's what she's going to. I was reading up about her yesterday, and I was following a bit of her career. I wasn't following her full career, I was only following bits of her career. And she's a champion racer. Lawrence is her name. She's just retiring to stand as a brood mare somewhere, I can't remember what stud. But she's going to be meeting up with her first meeting is with the Invincible Spirit. So she'll be coming to the Irish National Stud soon to meet up with the Invincible Spirit. So that's her first meeting. I got the impression, I might have got mixed up, but I got the impression that I was going to be meeting up with the mare. I got it all wrong. I got mixed up. I got the impression I was going to meet the mare. The fact is, that's not how it works. You only get to meet the mare if she's had the foal. I got confused. You only get to meet the mare if the mare's had the foal. She hasn't even had a foal yet. This is her first time. So she's only going to meet him. He's her first meeting. So she's only going to meet Mr. Invincible. He's her first meeting. So I wouldn't be meeting hers because she only come to meet up with Invincible. And then after she's done her meeting, she'll go back to her farm. And then in another 11 months' time, she'll be expecting her first foal by Invincible Spirit. So about this is April, so I'm not too sure when she's going to be meeting up with them. So it'll be roughly around probably be around, depending when she meets up with them, it'll probably be February, March, April, May. If she meets up with them around this time, we may say April, it'd be 11 months, 12 months, 11 months. It'd be around March, say March next year. They say March next year, she'd be expecting her foal with them. With the Invincible, because the pregnancy is 11 months, so it'll be March next year. So it'll be 11 months next year, because their pregnancies are nearly a year. They're 2 months extra than a human being. The humans are 9 months. Horses are 11 months. So it'll be March next year. It'll be March next year if she meets up with them now, and it'll be March. She has to have a few scans, a few checks. So she has to have a few scans and checks to make sure that she's that her foal or her egg is fertile.
and that she's in season. So could be. Well, it depends on how long that will take as well. Is that she's in season, which is whether her egg is fertilised. Whether it worked. That's the other thing, because not all pregnancies are successful either. See, not all of Invincible's pregnancies have been successful, because in 2017 he covered 140 mares, and only 140 mares. He covered 140 mares in 2017, and only 120 were successful. I think according to Liam, 120 were successful. 120. I think 120 were successful out of 140. So not all pregnancies are successful. So, yeah, so it depends if her egg is fertile and whether the pregnancy is successful. If she's successful, she could be due around March. Is it February? March. Yeah, about March. Around March. She should be expecting around March next year. If the pregnancy is successful. If the pregnancy is successful, she should be due around March next year. So, yeah, please God, and if the egg's fertile and if the pregnancy is successful, she should be due around March next year. So, please God. I'm talking about Lawrence. She's meeting Vincent Spirit. Oh yeah.
She visited Mr. Spirit, did she?
Yeah, she may be meeting him soon around this time. So it's the same, because they're saying that pregnancies are 11 months. So if the pregnancy is successful and if her egg's fertile, the scans go well. She could be due around March next year. Because pregnancies are 11 months. So not all pregnancies are successful, as you said. Remember, Invincible covered 140 mares 2017.
Yeah, but only 120 foals.
120 foals were only at 120. 120 were successful. So not all pregnancies are successful. I'm just hoping that, because this is her first foal. So this has to be successful, because this is only her first. This is her first, because she's only retiring. She's only just retiring from racing. Invincible is her first meeting. He's her first meeting. But this has to be successful for her.
Yeah.
And she's young.
Yeah.
She's only 4. But this has to be successful for her, because this is her first meeting. She's only retiring from racing, Lawrence. She's just retiring as a broodmare. I've forgotten what farm she's come to.
Got my farm?
Yeah.
Oh. What farm she came from, or which farm she's going to?
Farm she's going to.
Oh. Her owners, in other words.
What she's going to stand as a broodmare.
Oh, yeah. Lawrence, yeah.
Yeah. I read where she was. I read where the farm is. I can't remember now. Pregnancy is 11 months. I feel sorry for the poor horses. 11 months. Jesus, can't that thing in there inside them for 11 months. That's long. It's a very long pregnancy, isn't it? 11 months.
Yeah, very long, right? Yeah.
I talk to the viewers because I know radio or no music, because your laptop is inside. So the only way I can entertain my viewers is talking about horses. Because the laptop's inside.
Yeah.
I can't play my music. So the only way I can entertain my viewers is by talking to about the horses. So I have no music. The laptop's inside, and it's being in use at the moment with the uploading. I can't play my music on it.
Yeah.
No. I was hoping to play some music, but I can't. Unless you can struggle to bring it in.
I can struggle to bring it in, yeah. I mean,
Be careful with the memory box. Because the box is inside the lane.
Still uploading, Tanya. I wait to finish uploading before I do anything.
How long is it before it's finished?
I'll just check now. Right, try to move it when it's uploading, it'll lose the information.
How much longer?
81% done now. I'd say another half an hour at least.
Oh God. Oh, that was a book, boy.
Very well, gone very well. 100 pages left.
I got a bit emotional there, talking about the sofa. I'm not coping at all. And the more I talk about it, the more upset I get.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk about it too much, you know. Well, tell a joke.
I'm not for jokes.
Okay.
It's like the match get that dirt off that pot.
Don't know why, yeah.
You left there for days, Liam. Weeks and weeks and weeks. I don't think you'd be better off just throwing it out.
There's no point in wanting to try that. It'll get dirty again as soon as
You can't get the bloody thing off. You can't use a pot like that. You can't use a pot and get the dirt off it, Liam.
I'll try to get it off.
You've been trying to get it off for weeks, Liam.